Hello. I want to start off. Oh, this is going to be such a weird video to film. I know. It's going to be like all serious and stuff. Well, it's not. It doesn't have to be. Okay. Enough hyping myself up. Hi guys. If you are unaware, last week I tweeted out basically explaining that Sandra and our house got broken into while we were home. But I wanted to make a video kind of explaining what happened more in depth because it was pretty, I didn't really say much and then I kind of dipped. So first off, I want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out and was sending kind words and thoughts and prayers and all that. I appreciate it so much, genuinely. It was comforting to know that people, were that concerned. I guess I'm just gonna tell the story of what happened, but more in depth. Sandra and I were asleep. It was about 9:30, 9:45 a.m. I woke up to a pounding on the front door. And usually sometimes, when there's packages being dropped off, people will just pound on the door, drop the package and leave. Me being half asleep, I was like, oh, that's probably just a package. I'm not gonna get up. I'm not expecting anyone. Sandra's not expecting anyone. So I kind of sat there, and then I really, as I became more and more awake, and this is all within no more than 10 seconds. I sat up in my bed and I was like, that's weird. That was kind of an aggressive pound. So I got up and I was about to open my bedroom door to walk over to our guest bedroom, which faces the front of the house, and you can look out the window and see who's at the front door. So I was about to do that just to see who it was, because who knows, maybe somebody stopped by. Sandra has friends that always pop in just to say hi. So as I'm literally about to grab my bedroom door, I hear just the most intense glass shatter. It sounded seriously like someone was in our kitchen just taking all of our glass and just slamming it to the ground with all the power they had in their body. Okay, it sounded so vivid. And when you're in a situation where you know what's happening but you don't want to believe it, and you just start to think of every other possible scenario that it could be, even if it's irrational and the reality. I was thinking maybe a coyote got in our house and is running amok, breaking things. Very quickly, literally, all these thoughts are happening so rapid fire, within 10-15 seconds. So I heard the glass break. It felt like it was breaking forever. I found out later it sounded like that because they were breaking through a 2-pane glass sliding door, which means there's one layer of glass, a little room of air, and then another layer of glass. So they were really just breaking that shit in. So I hear that happening. I grab my phone. I go to call Sandra because I realize holy shit, someone's coming in our house. When I heard the glass shattering, I thought to myself, these people are violent because they're clearly breaking things. Because at that point I didn't know what they were breaking. I didn't know it was our patio door. I just heard things breaking. And I was like, okay, these people are violent, aggressive. I don't know what their intentions are. So I called Sandra because I knew that the night before she wasn't feeling well and she took NyQuil to be able to sleep. And so I called her because I was worried that she wasn't going to be able to wake up and be in that fog, when you take NyQuil and you wake up and you're kind of out of it. And I was terrified that she didn't lock her door or, something like that. And I just needed her to be awake. So I called her, it rang twice, she didn't pick up, and I started to hear people running around downstairs, and I was like, holy fuck. So after it rang twice, I hung up, I called 911, oh my god, it's literally all a blur. It feels like it happened a year ago at this point. I'm shaking talking about it. I'm fine now, but it's just crazy that this happened. So I ran into my bathroom, and the way my room works is, I'm gonna try to explain this. If this is my room and this is the door, you open the door, you walk in, my bedroom's over here, and then to this side is my bathroom area, and there's no door. There's only a door on a little tiny room where the actual toilet is. And it's kind of hidden. When you walk in, you won't really see that room even exists. You just see the big shower and a bathtub. So I ran into that little room, locked the door, literally put all the weight I had in my body onto this door. When I finally came out of the bathroom, it took a half hour for the imprints on my hands to go away. So I called 911 and she's like, what's your address? What's going on? I told her there's people in my house, and I kept saying to her, I haven't heard from my roommate. I tried calling her, I've texted her, I haven't heard from her. I don't know if she's awake, I don't know if she's okay. And she's like, we're sending cops, there's a helicopter on the way, I'm gonna stay on the phone with you, don't hang up. And then I started to hear people come up our spiral stairway, and my room is literally you walk up the stairs and it's right there. You just walk into my room. And I had locked my door, but my door sometimes doesn't properly lock and you can just kind of push it open, which I didn't know until they just pushed it open. So I heard them come into my room, and that's when I was on the phone with 911, and I was like, they're in my room, like they're here, please hurry, please hurry, please hurry. And she was like, you have to stop talking, like please, please, please stop talking. I will not hang up, but you have to stop talking, like I don't want them to hear you. Promise, cops are coming up the hill right now. And I was like, holy shit, like if these people try to open this door, like do I say something? Do I just let them open it? Like it's literally undescribable, the feeling. I didn't know if they came to take things. I didn't know if they came because they knew me or Sandra and were like targeting us because of what happened to the YouTube, I'm blanking on his name now, where somebody had broken in and they literally had to shoot the intruder because he had a gun. Like, I didn't know if these people were coming to hurt us or if it was just random. So, I mean, in that scenario, you just start thinking of all the worst possible things that could happen. So when they came in my room, it felt like forever. It felt like they were in there for fucking ever. I took the phone away from my ear, and I just texted my mom and dad, and I was like, there's people in my home. I'll put the text up there. I don't really remember what I said, but I actually had typed out, like, I don't know what they want, but like, just like, I love you. And then I kind of backspaced it because I was like, this is not the day. This isn't happening today. Like, it's just not happening. So I backspaced it, and that was my, sorry, I'm like, oh, this is freaking me out again. That was my way of being like, I'm not going down without a fight. And then I heard one person run out of my room and into the hallway, and that's when I got so scared because I was like, fuck, they're going to Sandra's room now, and like, she has nowhere to hide. Her room is her room. Like, her bathroom's not in her room. There's nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So I was whispering to the 911 girl. I was like, please fucking hurry. Like, they're going to my roommate's room. I haven't heard from her. And my biggest fear throughout everything was just like having to walk out of my room and not hear Sandra's voice. It sounds so dramatic and so extreme, but like when you're in that situation, you don't know. They could have been there to kill us. I don't know. Like, I had no idea. But the 911 operator, who was an angel, and I wish I could meet her and give her a hug, but she told me, we just got a call. Your roommate just called in. She's locked in her room. Like, she's okay. And I was just like, oh, like, thank fucking God. So after she said that, I heard yelling, and then I heard huge, like, it sounded like 20 people, footsteps running out of our front door, and the front door slamming. You know, even though it sounded like they left, it was still like, I'm literally not leaving this bathroom until a cop forcibly takes me out. Like, I'm not moving, and I'm not taking my weight off this door, and I'm not hanging up. I was just, in my mind, I was convinced that they were still out there. Later I found out that what happened when I heard those people running out was, I guess one of the guys went into Sandra's bathroom, which is next to her room but not connected, separate doors, and he was opening and closing all the drawers, which woke her up. And I guess she yelled out like, Andrea? They didn't hear her because her voice was kind of gone at the time, and so he walked over to her room and tried to open the door, and thankfully her lock was working, but she did yell out, Andrea, is that you? And he didn't say anything, and so she yelled out again, who is that? And that's when whoever these people were yelled, oh shit, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's when they ran out. Sorry, I feel like I'm telling this story like so sporadically. Yeah, so they ran out, hopped in their car, drove away, and then the cops got there so freaking soon after, like 30 seconds and they would have had them. But the cops got there, and I'm still on the phone with 911. She's telling me like, hey, the cops just pulled up. They're like doing the perimeter. They're coming in the house. Like, she was step by step telling me, and she was like, you're gonna hear them come into the house. It's the cops, it's the cops. But even when I heard them come into the house, like in my mind, I was still like, oh my God, they're back. Like, they're back. They came back for us. They know we're here now. Like, they know we're home. I heard a lot of, it's like the noise when you're stepping on glass and it's kind of breaking underneath your feet. I heard so much of that. I heard walkie-talkies. And then I heard, LAPD, are you in here? And it was like, I couldn't even find my voice. And so they were like, okay, come out with your hands up. So I walked out, and I was just like, there was like guns pointed at me. There was so many freaking cops. Like, I've never seen so many cops. I walked downstairs and out the front door. There were more cops with more guns. I've never been so happy to see outside. Like, I just started like bawling. And there was this one cop who was at our house the week prior because of something else that happened. And I saw her face, and I was just like, oh my God. Friendly face, somebody I know and like I trust. It was just like every happy emotion was released at once in my brain, and I was just so fucking happy to be alive. Like, I literally thought I could have died. I've never had an experience where I really thought I could die before. And like being put in that, you can't unfeel it. That intensity of fear and like not knowing, it's just crazy. But anyway, so after we got out of there and the cops did their walkthrough and they said we could come back through and tell them what items were missing, you know, have them take fingerprints off of things, just like the whole police report and everything. And then we saw the window or the sliding glass door that they bashed in. I feel like this is worth mentioning as well. We have an alarm system. It's just not, it wasn't. It is, you better fucking believe it is now. It wasn't set up. It was just where every time you open a door, you hear a ding, ding, ding. So you know when, you know, people are coming and leaving. We just hadn't set it up with our, like, the actual system. But, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's hurt. Everybody's okay, and that's the number one thing. That's all that matters. The first couple nights after it happened was just like, oh my God. I was so tired, but I didn't want to sleep because I didn't know how I was going to wake up. Because I woke up to these scary sounds, I was so afraid of, like, waking up again and not knowing what I would wake up to. And also, I've been saying for probably the last month and a half, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping because I get really bad paranoia and anxiety at night before the robbery happened. And Sandra's like made a joke of it on Twitter a couple times where it's like screenshots of me texting her, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So I was already, you know, freaked out and paranoid. So I had all these sleeping sound machines. I had like a little mini waterfall in my room to help me sleep. And after this happened, I just like, I didn't want any of the noise machines on. I didn't want any sleep aids. I wanted to hear everything. I felt like I needed to be awake and aware of my surroundings so that if they came back, I would be ready and like able to do whatever I needed to do. And I think that them not getting caught, it has contributed a lot to more of that, because although I know that they're not coming back, they'd be a fucking idiot to come back. It's still, you can't help your mind from wandering and thinking, well, maybe they are coming back, you know, I don't know. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know. So, unfortunately, that's just something that's going to have to kind of diffuse itself over time because I don't think they will be caught. So I bought tasers. I bought pepper spray. We have like 5 alarm systems. But I'm actually in Indiana right now. I decided to fly home so I could get some sleep and then come back to LA and deal with my real life. So I'm sorry for being absent. But, yeah, hopefully I can get things back to normal. I just feel like I wanted to make a video more so about it, partially because, you know, I didn't want to, like, just come back to the internet after being absent and just, you know, hey guys, everything's fine and dandy now. And, like, I'm going to Playlist Live, and I know that I'm just a little bit more on edge. So I did want to say, you know, if you see me at Playlist Live, I'm just as excited to meet you. Believe me, like, I look forward to these events all year long. I ask you to be gentle with me. But, you know, silver lining. Now we are going to be extra safe. Everything happens for a reason. I'm just gonna tell myself that till I believe it. Yeah, okay. I think that's everything. Probably not. I'm probably forgetting a lot, but thank you for watching. If you watched this whole video, I feel like I rambled so much. I just didn't like know how to get my words out. And again, thank you for all the kind words and thoughts and prayers. You guys are the best. And hopefully I'll see you soon with a much happier video, maybe a lighter topic. Oh, okay. God, I feel like I need to like stretch it out. That was exhausting. You know when you tell a story that's kind of like you kind of relive it a little bit. I was like, I felt like it was exhausting telling that. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you for watching. I love you guys endlessly, and I will see you soon. Bye.